Relax. Yes, we're a couple of psychos. Good morning, psychos. It is 5 p.m. Thank you for joining us again for episode 5. Isn't that so cool? We're on episode 5.
I know, halfway to 10.
Halfway to 10. Big deal, big milestone. Anyway, for those joining us for the first time, I'm Jamie Bennett.
I'm Allie Bennett.
And we are your hosts. We are sisters, we are psychotherapists, and we are psychopaths. And we talk about the latest in news and pop culture, kind of put a little therapeutic spin on it.
Yep, let's get into it, psychos.
We want to start by welcoming to the world for the first time, JACK BLUES BIEBER.
Woo, welcome JACK BLUES. Can I just say it's so refreshing to hear just a common timeless name like Jack. Like his name's not like River or Moonchild.
Or like Epilepsy Rose.
Epilepsy.
I don't know. Like, wouldn't you just think that like Justin Bieber's child would just have an outrageous name?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a word that honestly he made up. He saw it in a dream. But yeah, Jack is nice. I don't know what the blues is. Is it like the musical blues, or is he still a little bit sad? Is it like Jack?
I don't know. I want to think that it's some kind of family name.
Okay, we'll go with that.
But yes, JACK BLUES BIEBER, a very mild and approachable name for a child who will absolutely be the biggest brat demon to ever walk this earth.
He is the ultimate connection of Haley and Justin forever. So big congrats to Haley for locking him down for life.
I feel like this is like her ultimate goal in this whole thing, like to have a way to be connected to the Bieber name forever.
Yeah, no, it's literally the one thing you can do where no matter what happens, she'll always kind of have to see him, even if something happens.
Even if the marriage ends or like anything like that, like there's always going to be JACK BLUES.
Yeah, like she can pretend to mess up the carpool and they both pick him up from hockey practice or whatever. And it's like, oh, hey, Justin, I was just getting JACK BLUES.
That little Canadian gonna be tearing up the ice rinks.
Yeah.
Is that what they do to the rinks?
I don't know.
Rocking the rink.
Puck sport, no ball. Rocking the rinks for sure. So yeah, shout out Haley Bieber. You know, she trademarked that Bieber beauty name immediately. Now she's got JACK BLUES BIEBER, and you know, she's locked in.
Yeah, unstoppable.
Oh, and congrats to Justin on his son.
Yes, obviously, huge step.
Naturally. Right. And also a big congrats to you. So Jamie and I have been on a family beach vacation, and a big thing for her was her very sexy bikini this year.
No, actually though. So Allie and I just got back from a family trip to
the Connecticut shore, but I'm actually still here. I'm riding it out for as long as I can in this cottage. Jamie dipped, but
yeah. Some of us work. Some of us want to work these days.
Yeah. Your inspiration.
But anyway, so I was going to this beach house to be with our family, and I needed a new bikini. And I'm like looking online, and literally every single bikini bottom is microscopic, like literally the size of the thongs that I wear as underwear. And so I was getting really upset because I literally could not find one single bottom that would cover my beehole. And so I was like, there's gotta be like something else out here. There's no way like everybody's rocking this like thong look. And so I literally had to Google maximum coverage bikini bottoms. And that's how I was able to find something that actually fit, which is like, that makes me feel so great to have to search max coverage bottoms. Like nothing makes me feel sexier at the beach than my max coverage diaper bikini.
Not the max coverage. No, like you walk into the store and it's like, oh yeah, these thong bikinis are really cute, but can you point me into the direction of the max coverage?
Yeah, like where's your maximum coverage section?
Yeah, the shame. Just one more thing for women in the arts, women shopping.
It's not even like it was a disgusting like grandma bikini. Like it was a cute bikini, and it's like it wasn't even like a pair of shorts or anything. It was just regular bottoms. Like I don't understand.
No, I'm saying it's giving geriatric. Like when they call women who have a baby over 35 geriatric, which is just so rude. Now it's like just because you want to possibly cover things up because maybe a weird uncle is around or you're on the beach vacation. Now you have to go to the max coverage section all the way in the back or on page 4 on Amazon
Right.
bikinis.
It really brought me back down to earth. And you know what's crazy is like it was so hard to find this type of bottom. And then when I was at the beach, I noticed that like a lot of like younger girls were wearing these thong bikinis or like minimum coverage bikinis. And it's just crazy that like that's the trend and that's what's like being marketed to, girls that are like half my age.
Yeah. I feel like it's hard because it's that whole thing of like, oh, like free the nip and all these fun things.
Right.
And it's like we can show our bodies now and we can be free, but then there's a fine line before I'm uncomfortable
Well,
and I want to
also
go
like,
home.
yeah, like I'm all for show your body if you're comfortable. I do like to wear a bikini. But there are certain parts maybe that I do want to cover or that I'm self-conscious about. And like, it shouldn't be that hard to find something that I feel comfortable in.
Justice for the tankini. Are we not doing that anymore?
Yeah. What did ever happen? Tankinis really fell off.
I don't know. It's just like a kind of midway crop top with a max coverage bottom in a bright neon color. I think it's fun.
I
Let's bring it
know.
back.
Okay. I'm going to have to write to someone about, bringing tanks back, tankinos.
I feel like Brat Summer could have included the tankini, so they kind of missed it there.
Yeah. Charlie could have really helped us out there.
Yeah, maybe next year.
All right. Well,
All right.
anyway, um, moving on from my Max bikini summer. Um,
So hot.
I
Is it hot in
know.
here? Is it hot in here? Or it's just your bikini bottom. I think you actually left one in the beach house. It's just so massive that we thought it was someone else. It was long, a long way.
All right.
Okay,
That's great.
get off this subject.
Okay, let's get off that we're going to start in early with our Psycho of the Week. And this week, we want to highlight Psycho of the Week in a positive and empowering way with none other than Sabrina Carpenter, who just released her Short and Sweet album.
I don't think it's called short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet, no?
Oh, is it?
I thought it was.
Okay.
Oh, here
Well,
she
we'll go
goes
with that.
typing.
Sorry. No, sorry. I don't want to type away. No, I just don't want you to tell the people the wrong thing. Oh,
No,
you
I
were
know.
right.
I
Sorry.
know, of course I'm right.
Okay, I don't even know why I didn't trust you because you're always on top of her stuff.
I know.
Jamie's on top of it. She has the facts. She's got the memory.
I am the
I don't
fact
know.
checker, and I love
Yeah.
Sab.
Yeah. I try to insert myself. You continue.
Anyway, Psycho of the Week, Sabrina Carpenter. Why is she our Psycho of the Week? Well, so she just dropped Short and Sweet, which like almost all of the tracks are on the Billboard Top 100. And in those tracks, she just like completely airs out all this tea about her previous fling or relationship. It's kind of like debatable what they were, but between her and Shawn Mendes and kind of calling out Camila Cabello. And then she also recently broke up with her boyfriend, Barry. I literally don't know what his last name is.
I think it's Kyogen, but I've been saying
Kyogen?
Kyogen.
That can't be
Yeah.
right.
Okay, well, I purposely scrolled through a few TikToks and they were saying Kyogen, so I was practicing before this. So
Okay.
I have one thing right. You get short
Yeah,
and sweet.
right.
I think I have Kyogen.
At
Steady.
least you prepped yourself minimally.
Wait, can we? Yeah, the best I could. Can we actually? Okay, hot take. Shawn Mendes is sketch. He's a
Sketch
sketchy
how?
dude. I don't know. It's just like he creeps back and forth, just kind of into the media. He like was like dating Camilla, then this little switch up with Stab, then back to Camilla. But I feel like he hurt Camilla too. Camilla had an album. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
that's
together.
true.
I don't know. He's a sketch.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like
Interesting.
everybody praises Shawn, so you heard it here first, Shawn Mendes.
I feel like
Sketch Mendes.
Sketch Mendes. I actually haven't even heard anything about Shawn in, I feel like, a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's not that
So,
relevant in this. But
no,
although
he's not.
I do like that she came from in the album because I feel like people don't air out their dirty laundry like that enough and make it so obvious who they're talking about, and that's kind of fun for us.
And like for her, it's not dirty laundry. For her, it's kind of like like getting justice for herself.
Yeah, which I like because I feel like people, especially men, they'll be like, okay, but like, can you just keep this between us? And it's like, no,
Right.
like, no, I can't. Like, you literally just like took me away, slept with me. She had to kind of go behind Camilla's back, not that they're friends, but to keep that in, and then he just goes off doing whatever it is that he wants to do, and she has to be kept in the dark. Like, pop off, Queen, put it on the short and sweet album.
Absolutely. And it seems like from some of the lyrics to some of the songs that like he sort of minimized whatever they had between them, and it like possibly like meant a lot more to her.
Right.
And that like the way that he sort of got back with Camilla was in kind of like a sketchy way.
And by sketchy way, we mean he played her the acoustic guitar.
Oh my God. Wait, actually though, Shawn Mendes does give major acoustic guitar vibes.
He was like, "Hey, baby girl, have you heard Stitches, the acoustic version?"
Not Stitches acoustic.
That definitely swindled my girls.
Right.
Too much of my girl.
Um,
So we got him.
so once the music from the acoustic faded and Sab was left all alone, you know, I think she was a little bit heartbroken. And I, for one, am totally here for um, the songs about him. I also think it's fun. Like it makes it personal. Like if you really like an artist and they put something so personal like that in their songs, you kind of feel more connected to them.
Yeah. It's like they're telling you a secret. They're like,
Right.
you guys are in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is real. Yeah. And it's, I don't know. I get so sick of artists being like, oh, no, it's not about my experience. It's just something for everyone to have their take on it. It's like, no, you went through something.
Right.
Tell me who it's about. And you went through something publicly. And I want to know if you slept with Shawn Mendes on his acoustic guitar. Like, just tell me. Sing about it. Sing
Totally.
about it more.
But
But
something I actually want to talk about more is the is her breakup with Barry
just call him Barry.
Mohegan,
Barry Gablegan.
Kombucha.
Barry Keegan. Let's just call him Barry
Okay, BK.
until we're more comfortable with it.
Right. We're still waiting
BK.
on comment. We reached out to his people for pronunciation tips. They have not responded yet.
They might.
So my theory, and you know, I obviously could be wrong. Never met Barry or Sab a day in my life, but Sabrina.
Oh, you call her Sab now?
Yeah, we're doing
You guys
Sab.
close? All
Yeah,
right.
super. Well, she like told me all the stuff about the tea between her and Sean.
Yeah, she did tell you. Very cute.
So Sabrina is like really on the up and up right now. She's, I think, as an artist, really been elevated over the past summer, you know, with Espresso and Please, 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 and now her album. And she's reaching levels of fame that Barry doesn't have access to at this time. And so there's like part of me that thinks, you know, when you are up here, you know, career wise, and, you know, your partner might be down here, maybe when you are both down here, the relationship worked, but she has access to, I think, so many different resources now that I almost think the relationship just couldn't work anymore. Because she's just has such an elevated level of fame that, you know, maybe she didn't have when they first started dating.
Yeah, and I also feel like they got together at the peak of Saltburn. I don't know. I mean, I know he has other work. I think he was famous in
Apparently he was a child
other,
star.
yeah, but Saltburn kind of blew up, and then they started dating, and that was fun and cute and all, but she is soaring as a pop star, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's everywhere. So I feel like they just aren't on the same level anymore, and he was kind of like that supportive cheerleader boyfriend, which is great. But I don't know if that works for her as well when she is, you know, performing everywhere, going viral everywhere, and she's just this short, cute, like little blonde girl, and she's great. She's super talented, but I think it makes sense that maybe that didn't work for her lifestyle anymore and didn't challenge her in the way she wanted. And not to mention, there's so much stuff about him being this party boy, and maybe she was having
Mm-hmm.
like a fun brat summer being a party girl as well, but now that is not kind of her vibe and it's his. So it
Yeah.
makes sense that it wouldn't work anymore.
She has to take herself more seriously now, you know, as this top selling artist and like one of the, you know, biggest pop stars in the world at this time. So, you know, that's also not a good look to have like a little party monster like on your shoulder. you know, she really has to think about her own image and her own career trajectory.
Yeah, because actually she was always the one carrying him on her shoulders at Coachella, just tapping Barry's little dangling legs off of her shoulders. She doesn't want to do that anymore, okay? Her back hurts. She's carrying this team. But honestly, it was so iconic and such a flex. I don't know if it was just a genius idea that she knew like this would probably work in the end, but her making the Please 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 music video, I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just putting him in it and just being like basically like please don't fuck this up and please don't be a huge idiot and make me look stupid because I'm gonna put you in this video looking stupid for 4.5 minutes, and if we break up, this isn't gonna age poorly. This is aging well because
For her, it's aging well.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, he's screwed. She did make him look pretty hot in it, so I feel like she gave him
Yeah.
like a little thing. But that video is just, it's so ironic because she begged him, please, please, please. That's 3 pleases, not 2, not 1. But she hit him with the triple please. She triple pleased Barry. She begged. She put him in the video. I'm sure he's on the payroll. And then your boy done fucked up. And now he's out of the
Right.
picture. But he will, I bet everyone is streaming that video even now more because they're probably like, did you see that video? Yo, he looks a fool right now. So, I mean,
Wait,
good
also
on
it's
her.
like it's just so obvious. Like it's sometimes like it just goes to show sometimes how straight men just like literally don't understand anything, and you literally have to spell things out for them to understand. Like, you are literally in my music video. The song is about you. I'm begging you not to do X, Y, and Z. And then it's like, all right, well, that was fun.
Oh wait, that's so funny. She's like, yeah, she's like, so put on this wife beat? Is it wife beat or white beat? I don't want to go into that. I'm gonna get
Just
canceled.
white tank top. Let's do
Okay,
that.
white tank, fresh white tank. Thank you so much. Jamie always saves me. Part. So he puts on the
I would
fresh.
really like us to make it to episode 10 before we get
I know, I know,
canceled.
I know, and you know I want the same for us. It's just I can't commit the way that you can. So yeah, she puts him in his little white shirt, and makes him like very sexy, gets him to do this video, probably doesn't say much. It's like, oh, cute video, I just want you to be like the main lead because we're together, it'll just be easier. And he's like, oh yeah, yeah, for sure, like I'm an actor, we're doing acting in this. Gets him to do this please 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 video. It's in his face, like, hey buddy, don't fuck up, we've had a million fights because you're a little party monster, don't do it or I'm gonna make you look stupid, don't prove that I'm right. The boy proves she's right. But yeah, you're so right, he probably didn't even bat an eye at it. But if the roles were reversed, the girl would be like, hell no, there's no way.
Well, can you
I'm like,
imagine like I would be like overanalyzing the shit out of it, being like, oh my God, is this lyric about me? Is this about me? Like,
yeah, every 5 seconds, like the anxiety it would produce for us. Like how many of the girlies you would check with if you should do the video.
right. Um,
Asking everyone you know and their mom. Definitely not doing it.
literally.
Not doing it.
But you know what? That's
Prerogative.
his lesson to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But circling back to kind of my point before about, sort of outgrowing relationships, that can be a real thing, when you have major changes to your career or your mental health or, growth in any of these major life areas. Sometimes you can outgrow certain relationships from the way your life previously was.
Right. And just noting that it's not a bad thing always when you leave someone. It's not to say that you gave up on them or you should feel bad because you should stay in it because maybe nothing even happened, nothing toxic, no fighting, but you truly just outgrew this person and you're looking to make your life better and the person can either grow with you or I mean you might just need something else and that's okay.
Exactly. Like think of, friends that you've had in the past, like maybe, I know I have friends like from college that were party friends and, those relationships, those friendships worked when I was also in that mode. But then, when I took a step back from that scene, maybe to do grad school or, to start my career, there are certain, I mean, I'm thinking of one particular friendship that I kind of had to distance myself from because she was still, partying just the same, actually, if not more intensely than when we were in college. And it's so like, that friendship didn't work for me as a grad student or me as a therapist just starting my career because our priorities were just in such different places and our values just like didn't really align anymore. But I have
Yes.
other friends that I used to party in college with who also, kind of moved on in their careers or started families or whatever. And so, that's like an example of a friend and I growing together versus growing apart.
Right. And I just think it's hard because just the same thing as in a relationship, if you have friends, like I've had a group of friends and it's like, yeah, you've been there for me when I've been in a dark place and I appreciate you and it was fun while it lasted. But now our values don't align and that's kind of keeping me in this stuck place and I want to grow and that just doesn't make sense for my life anymore. And eventually you have to leave some people behind or cut some people out of your life if it's not serving you anymore, which is so challenging. And I think just
It
as
is, yeah.
humans, I mean, we all have to go through it in some way or another. And everyone has their own journey. It's not to say that, like whatever, like those party friends that you were talking about, it's not to say that they won't, one day come up or have their own purpose or do
Or
different things in their life.
if that just works for them, then that's fine, do
Yeah.
you, but it doesn't work for me, unfortunately.
Right. So I guess it's mostly about just putting yourself first and kind of knowing when to cut the cord and just, I don't know, write a short and sweet album and
Right.
put the boy in the video. But yeah. But going back to more so in relationships, I did want to touch on this one term that I think is just so relatable and so common, but it's called chronic ambivalence.
Mm.
And it's just kind of being in that stuck place where you're kind of like, okay, like things are too good that I can't leave, but also they're so bad that I can't stay. And then you go back and forth and you're like, oh, but no, he's so cute or she's so cute and they do all these things for me. No one will ever treat me this well. And then you're like, God damn it, like that guy's or girl is such an asshole. Like how could I possibly stay here? And then you can't decide if it's like worth staying or worth leaving and what else is out there. And then you just get stuck and there's just no growth and you just stay where you are. So
Right.
I feel like that, I don't know if that's what happened with Barry and your girl Sab, but I feel like it's hard to choose which way you want to go because either way, yeah, maybe someone is getting hurt, but you're also hurting yourself by not realizing your true potential and sticking around for the other person.
Yeah, and then protecting yourself from that fear of the unknown about like, okay, if I leave this, what's going to happen to me?
Yeah. And then also like you were telling me and I thought it was really interesting about that client, right? About
Yeah.
relationship.
So don't come for me with the you violated HIPAA. I can talk about anything I want as long as I give literally no identifying details, and you will have no idea who this person is. So, just want to clear that up.
Yeah.
But
She is
yeah,
not breaking confidentiality. She's in the clear.
I'm a
Read,
professional.
read about it.
So I had this client who, she was basically like, she was new to therapy, and she was like, I'm really scared because if I start therapy, I'm scared that I'm going to like learn things about myself or break negative patterns. And then I'm going to have to end my relationship with my boyfriend. And that really scares the shit out of me, which is like so, so real. So she was like, I'm going to have to choose between, therapy and growth or my relationship. And I thought that was like really brave and insightful of her, even to be able to acknowledge that. Just, because she's basically saying like, I'm about to do something that really scares me. And, she stayed in therapy with me, and she did ultimately leave her relationship.
Yeah, which I find that so amazing because that's just so real and very insightful because she's basically saying I can just stay where I'm at and then I have this relationship, like I don't know how long they've been together, but maybe it's super comfortable. And then she's saying if I actually put the work in and realize who I am and become who I want to be, I'm gonna have to leave him behind because the person that I'm want to come to therapy to become is not gonna want to date a guy like that. So
Exactly.
you're at that crossroads and you have to again you have to choose yourself or just commit to being where you're at, but know that maybe you're doing a disservice to yourself but that's your choice,
Yeah.
so you yeah.
And so, the goal would be that through therapy, you develop, increased confidence and self esteem so that you understand that you don't have to put up with the toxic or negative elements of that relationship. A, and B, that you have the security to know that whatever happens after this relationship, after I leave, I will be okay and I can navigate, whatever that is.
Yeah, which is something that I love about therapy.
I know,
um
right?
yep,
We
just kind of
love therapy.
wait, what is your coffee? What does your coffee have band-aids on it? What do you is it ill? Wait, I'm sorry. cut the tape. Why does your coffee have a bunch of points?
I taped it up because no branded content once again, so no one will ever know where my little cup of Joe is from.
Your coffee is giving like just tore his ACL in the NBA finals, but wants to go on. Like your coffee is athletic. Your coffee is off the grid.
Yes, no, my coffee is recovering from a sports related injury. This is medical tape.
Wait, it's also giving, what is it called? Like silent fashion or whatever, you know, when like Mary Kay and Ashley do it and there's just no brands on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
What's it called?
Yes. Is it called silent fashion? I literally don't
I
know, but
definitely
I know what you're talking about.
I definitely butchered that. Yeah.
Um,
Silent fashion coffee.
but yeah, uh,
$18 a glass.
if you can identify where this cup of coffee is from and you work for that company, you can sponsor us and I will take the tape off.
Yeah, and we'll give you one free session
Mm,
of dual sister therapy. Coming at you
sure.
hard. Yeah, sure. Okay, she wasn't really on board with that. Um, okay, so anyway, sorry about that, just really threw me off.
No, it's okay. I think we were like pretty much wrapped up on that anyway.
Yeah. But I was also going to say that kind of with that chronic ambivalence, I think you can also apply that to careers. You know, you're kind of in
Oh
this
my
place,
God, totally.
you know, you're like, okay, it's too good. I should stay. They treat me well enough. Like there's coffee and kind bars in the kitchen. I really like gym and accounting and the commute's not so bad. But then you're like, no, this is not good. I don't need to stay. Like they
No, I
literally give
know
me this
so many
bullshit work.
people. I know so many people who are just like I'm like who are like I hate my job. It's so boring, but I'm so comfortable here that I'm just going to stay. And then all of a sudden it's like 10 years go by and you're still at the same dumb job. And that's the same
Yeah.
thing like with, if you really knew your self-worth and like valued your time and your resources, then you wouldn't put up with that, like being in this, kind of dead end job where your needs aren't being met. It doesn't align with your values. Yeah, you would, hop on LinkedIn, which is my absolute nightmare, and look for something else.
Now hop on LinkedIn. But yeah, just try something else and have the confidence to do that and know that even if you do fail, at least you tried it and you can
Yeah,
continue. I mean, you can always return to what you did have. I don't suggest it,
totally.
but you can always sometimes you have to try some other things out to realize what you had or just stay
Um,
away.
Agree. Speaking of jobs and career, um, this new law passed in Australia. I guess other countries have already done it, but Australia is the latest company.
Yeah, big company Australia. They all work together.
Big Aussie.
Big
Um,
Aussie.
but they just established a law called the Right to Disconnect Law, meaning that employees have the right to not respond to emails, texts, or calls that are work related outside of work hours.
Which I
So
love that.
love that. Congratulations to Australia. I think there are certain like caveats to it, but that's kind of all I know about it right now. Um, I just think it's insane that that has to be a law, you
Yeah.
know?
Like they had to pass an actual law for well, not us, we're not in it because this is America. But they had to pass an actual law for you to not have to go home and look at your phone and check emails at midnight.
And for you to feel that it's okay to do that,
Right.
or that
Like
you're
as
not
a
going to get like penalized or you're not going to get, some kind of retaliation. Like
yeah, it's
it's crazy to me that like this should just be a basic right. Like I'm not at work, so I should not be working. It's common sense, but somehow it's not.
I mean, it should just be an understanding, but now they kind of made it so if you don't give up your whole family and everything you love to respond
Right.
to every single email and every single little what do you guys use?
Oh,
Like
Teams.
I was gonna call it sling
Oh
sting.
no, there's Slack
Shows how,
also.
oh sorry, okay, I wasn't that far off. Shows how much I know. But to literally answer every single thing and to like, move up in the company and move up in the world, you have to have no life just because they're like, oh well, we let you work from home. It's like you didn't ask for that.
Right. And like when I get a Teams message, even when it's not during my working hours, like shudder. And I also feel like I feel this urge, like I have to check it.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
isn't it also the panic of that you can't just open it. They'll know you opened it. Or you will be constantly paranoid because, oh, I opened it and I know what it says. How could I not respond? And then it's taking up so much time just ruminating about it, and then the panic of if you should respond or not. And then ultimately you just end up responding, and then it's a never ending cycle, but not in Australia.
Right. And this is why, like, well, not all of the reason why, but part of the reason why, anxiety and stress are at all-time highs, just like across the board. And it's
Mm.
because there's like no separation, like, or work-life balance.
That's
Like
so
I'm
true.
expected to always be on my email, always to be on my work chat, always be accessible.
Wait, that's such a good point. I didn't think about that because it's like no matter what you do or no matter where you go, you feel like you almost have to be a little bit presentable or in the right state to be working because you're like never not working. So you're under that constant pressure and under that microscope. So I feel like it never really turns off, probably even in your sleep.
I mean, honestly, I had a nightmare last night about like an old job, like that I was like late to work at my old job. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh
she's
my
still
God, like I'm still stressed about this job from 2 years ago.
yeah, she's still having night terrors about not answering someone 3 years ago on a work call.
But
Needs to
like,
fix it.
can you imagine like America having that law? Like
I
the
mean, that'd be great.
the USA would never,
I mean,
never.
at least they're not doing Greece, where they started the 6 day work
Oh
week
my
in
God,
July.
yeah.
Imagine also, not only did they start that, but everyone's enjoying their summer, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, happy July! We just decided on the 6 day work
Yeah,
week. See you
mid-July, what
soon."
the hell?
It's just so disrespectful.
It really
Greece,
is.
Greece, you're disrespectful. Okay, we're not
Yeah,
gonna party in Mykonos anymore.
I know.
Well, yeah, yeah. Is that that's
Who's
probably
gonna
why?
be partying in Mykonos when they're working 6 days a week?
Yeah, just Linslow, but she's in Freaky Friday right now, very busy.
I
No,
know.
maybe they moved it to that so that everyone would work because all the Americans just need to big European summer with splitwise in Greece, so they needed more workers. So it's kind of our fault.
Oh wait, you're gonna die. Splitwise
What?
is dead.
What?
Well, I'm
Because of
assuming.
because of us?
No.
Is this something we said?
I mean, it should be, and you can say it is no, but basically, all the stuff from Splitwise you can do on Venmo, so there's like no need for Splitwise anymore.
Okay, well,
So it's
I
like kind of a victory.
it's like small wins. Small, I mean,
Small
splitwise.
wins.
I feel like people have been kind of adjusted to Venmo, so the word isn't as harsh. But Splitwise was immediate trauma, and we didn't need
Right.
that. That was
And
just
then like
unnecessary.
Splitwise would direct you to Venmo, which
Okay,
would
but what?
direct you back to Splitwise.
It's so stupid. The abusive cycle. The cycle of abuse continues. Okay, what about for those of us who are banned from Venmo? What are we doing now?
I don't
Got the
know.
Zelle option?
You're on your own, cutie.
Whatever. I'm done with trips for the year. I will not travel again so that I don't have to deal with any of these weird split things. Like
Right.
just send me the bill. I'm
I
not on the
know.
apps. I'm off the apps.
We're off the apps.
Or or off the apps. Hate this.
Also going back to working 6 days a week, you know who's really been working overtime?
Oh God, who?
What the drug dealers in Mexico who decided to ship $5 million worth of meth in fake watermelons.
I know the meth melons. Like, are you joking me?
Meth
What?
melons is the craziest thing I have seen all summer.
Dude, when did all these drug dealers and cartels get into all these DIY crafts? Like
Literally.
they're literally on Etsy. They're like, "Oh, this would be so cute for the meth. Why
Like
don't we do meth and little melons?"
how do I macrame a watermelon?
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you don't know about this, go on Google right now and search meth watermelons. It is so funny. It is like this round shape of like paper mache that's green with like kind of like the darker green stripes and like duct tape around it. So it's like from maybe 1,000 feet away, you might think it was a watermelon, but like up close, it is so clearly nothing.
No, it's even funnier because they like didn't do that good of a job.
No, they did so bad.
It's like when your kid comes home from art class and they're in like kindergarten and they're like, "Oh, that's so cute, sweetie. What is that?" Like,
Right.
yeah, I'll put it on the fridge. But there's meth in it. Like, come on, at least
I
do
also
a little
feel like
more.
the cartel, like I feel like you could hire like a world-class artist to do this for you, but instead you had like all the little what do you call someone who works for, I guess, the drug dealers? Like, I'm just imagining them all like in a room just making these watermelons and like painting them.
It's actually kind of wholesome. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, very cute. And I love the emphasis on creativity in the arts.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that they have a creative outlet these days. Like it's giving like after school program, like Big Brother. Very cutesy. No, but it's like literally going back to when our baby girl Deb, the storm or the hurricane or whatever, blew in that V cocaine. Do you think that these drug dealers just learned about PR and they thought that
Or
doing a
just
big
like,
PR stunt would be fun now because okay, they
right.
branded the V Coke, it got rushed into South Florida by a storm. Now there's these fake,
Watermelon meth.
yeah, watermelon meth. Like what is next? Literally, what is coming next?
It's like, is there a creative development team? Like, what is the deal here? Like, how, I would think that anyone, higher up in drug dealing, although it's not like my top career
Higher
choice,
up in drug dealing. Like, can I talk to one of your
corporate.
supervisors? Yeah.
Like, I would think that, like, aside from it not being like, my favorite career path, I would think you'd be somewhat intelligent or strategic or, cunning, just not to like, like a kindergarten art project watermelon.
I know. And
Like that
there's
got
also
approved. Like someone was like, yes, this is good. Ship $5 million worth it. Worth. Sorry, I just
of
like
it,
can't.
of it.
Ship $5 million worth of this to California.
Yeah, they
Good
just
to
decided
go.
to run with Melon Gate. I don't know. It's just, it's honestly just so funny that they got together and did paper mache watermelon meth balls and just sent them to town. And I just picture whatever we're going with supervisors, the drug dealing supervisors. They're just standing there with their arm crossed, looking at like, nice work. These are, you know what? We really got something here. What should we put them in next week?
Right.
Like, what are
And
they gonna put
apparently,
like crack in a Christmas ham for the season? Oh my God, what if I just blew their cover? They're like, oh my
oh
God,
my
there's stupid
God,
girls on the podcast. Like, what are we gonna do now?
a Christmas ham would be good. It's like the right shape. You
Yeah, I
fit
was
a
trying to
lot of
think of
meth in
something.
there.
Oh yeah, it's really good for meth. I just thought maybe they're on something with bulky and round, kind of like your maximum coverage beach bottoms.
Oh my God, that was so harsh.
Sorry, I had to do it to them.
I know.
It never ends.
Thank God brat summer slash beach season is coming to a close. So I actually had to get a storage unit for my maximum coverage bottoms because they didn't fit in the closet.
Oh my God. She's paying so much for them. Meanwhile, if you just went with the sexy little stringini, you can just pull them up and put them in your makeup pouch.
Okay, well, I didn't need my dad's second cousin Steve to see that.
Yeah, definitely not the vibe. Max coverage for life. I wonder what will be the trend. Okay, let's make some bets right here. You heard it first. What is going to be the trend of summer 2025? Go.
Um, Bikini shorts.
No, stop. I was literally gonna say like like literal three-quarter pants, just long, baggy.
Capris.
And then oh caprice. I was literally stalling when I said it for so long because I was like, come on, please come to me. You know Jamie's gonna say some shit. I was I was working overtime in my big brain to come up with capris. And then for the top, it's just gonna be pasties.
Oh my God. But
I
it's
know.
crazy because I feel like, the younger generation fashion is getting like more
Comfort,
like
but fashion.
comfortable and like baggy pants, baggy shirts, but then the bikinis are literally dental floss. Like I don't
Yeah.
get it.
I know, it's so funny. But I literally just because I love going through the comments and someone was wearing something with like baggy shorts and whatever, small top, and they're like, "Oh, it's giving tomboy femme Berlin." I knew you were gonna spit out your
What
off-brand
does
coffee,
that
like tomboy femme Berlin.
what does
I
that
don't know. I feel
mean?
like people lace things together and it sounds like I don't know. It sounds so like fashion forward and elegant and like I feel like I get it though. Like
I
in my
wouldn't
head,
even question it. I'm like,
yeah,
oh
no,
sure.
okay, thank you. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, for sure. They're like, yeah, Berlin, probably like 1962, tomboy femme. I'm like, but I don't know. Like, obviously, I can't pinpoint what that means. But in my mind, I'm like, yeah, she is
Like,
pulling off tomboy
yeah,
femme Berlin.
generally. Like I sort of get the essence of it.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's a vibe. And it's also one of those things where somebody says it and you want to get it, like you want to be a part of it. So
Right.
we're rocking with it. I'm not gonna
Anything
question
to
what that.
stay relevant.
Yeah, for real. Like I'm not questioning what that is. I'm gonna try to do it.
Right. As soon as we wrap up here, I'm about to get on Pinterest and start a board for Tomboy Femberlin.
No, please look it up and get back to me. Imagine it's like max cov max coverage.
Max coverage Berlin Femme.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you never heard of it? Okay. So you're living in the 2000s.
Honestly, you can say anything confident enough and people will just go with it.
Yeah, I'm rolling with it. That's my aesthetic all fall long. Catch me in the leaves. All right. Well, I think that's enough for today. Melongate, very cute. We wish you well in your next endeavor, and we're happy to join the crafts team.
Right. If you need a couple extra pairs of hands, I took a graphic design course in college, so I think I could help out.
Yeah, send their resumes, cover letters to the cartel who's
A
up there in supervision.
portfolio.
You're like, can I speak to your higher ups?
Can I speak to marketing?
All right, you little psychos. Well, congrats to all of us on episode 5. We made it this far. Here's to 5 more.
And many more.
And many more. All right, cuties.
Bye, psychos.